get into it. We are here at the Cookout, hanging with your favorite artists. And right now we're joined by somebody who doesn't need an invite. We got Halsey here.
Hey!
Oh my gosh, we're so excited you're with us.
I know, I'm excited too. I haven't done a radio interview in a really long time. You guys, this is one of the first ones I've done in forever.
Oh my gosh, I feel so honored.
Yeah, no pressure or anything. But thank you for joining us now. Since you're here at the Cookout, we only have one rule, and that is that you have to bring your favorite dish to share with everybody. So what would be your dish of choice that you're going to bring?
Ooh, okay. Crowd favorite, I'm bringing like a super stacked layered mac and cheese, like made from scratch. But if I'm trying to like mix it up a little bit, I make an incredible spicy rigatoni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like cookout food, but sometimes I'll bring it like if I just need to whip something up real quick and I'm going to like a dinner, and it's always a hit, always.
Great. We're about to have a battle of the Mac.
Oh yeah.
Benny Blanco.
Jack
Hall. Benny would wipe the floor with me. He's an incredible cook. He's so good.
That's what he was telling us.
Yeah.
But now that we all know we're going to be eating good, we're celebrating. We're loving your song. So good, by the way. It is so good. And I think that if there's one thing I personally, and Eliott agreed with me, that I can say about you, your songs, your music videos, it makes you feel. I was lost in your video like I was watching a movie. But what was it that you intended to have us feel from this song?
You know, I think that I have written a lot of music in my career. That's been my way of kind of helping me heal through some of the bad things. You know, I have a lot of songs that have commemorated moments in my life where I was like struggling, or I was upset, or I had an obstacle to overcome in some ways. And I'm really proud of those songs, you know, the ones that commemorate like victories or sometimes failures, you know, and things that I've experienced. And this song was, it was a really interesting one because I had a lot of catching up to do. You know, I got pregnant during the start of the pandemic. And I think for someone who had kind of been so open and transparent about pretty much every single happening in my life, a lot of people who keep up with me were like, whoa, you know, catch us up, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, you're in love, you have a family, you're having a baby, like you're gonna be a mom, like what's going on? And so this song was kind of my way of condensing like a few years into like a little catch-up record, and kind of just explaining how truly I feel, you know, day to day at this point in my life, that the stars kind of have aligned the way that they were supposed to. And most importantly, you know, send a message to people who've been following me that says, you know, I'm good. You don't have to check in on me. You don't have to worry about me. But also maybe something that says to the people who have followed my music because they relate to the struggles or, you know, the transgressions I sing about. It says like, you know, here I am, I'm out on the other side. And despite all of the drama and the fanfare and the, you know, crazy, dark, twisted music videos and whatever else, you know, like ultimately, like I got my version of like a fairy tale ending, I guess.
Wow, when you put it that way, that kind of gives me chills. Yeah, I mean, being a fan of you, it's always a wonderful thing to see when somebody that you're into is happy and doing well, especially after all that you've shared. So
Absolutely. But so now that you've given us the sign of hope, you know, because the song kind of like talks about being at the right place at the wrong time. Do you have like a message of hope for those people who might be with the right person at the wrong time?
Yeah, I think you kind of just got to submit. I really think you can't force like things to happen. You know, there's another song of mine, and it's kind of like it's more of like a deeper cut, and it's not, I don't know if it's quite as like, you know, popular as some of my radio records, but there's a song on my album Manic called I Hate Everybody, which is like, you know, that's already a very inviting title. But there's a lyric in it where I say, I know that it's unfair of me to make a memory out of a feeling. And I can force the future like it's nothing. And that was kind of me talking about being in relationships where like you meet someone and then you're already like, okay, cool. And then we're going to get married and we're going to date. And here's all the things I'm going to do. And like, you're trying to control the future in some way. And you're trying to make reality out of something that maybe only you are feeling and the other person isn't feeling as well. Which I think leaves room for a lot of miscommunication, you know, in those relationships or in those situationships where two people are kind of experiencing the dynamic in two very different ways. You know, I would love to tell people, like, you know, because I always say, like, I knew my partner, Lev, I had always known he was going to be a really important person in my life from the day that I met him. And everyone's always like, did he feel the same way? And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think it took him a little while to catch up. You know, and I look back on the way that it all went down, and I look out in the relationships that I had in between and how grateful I am for them, and, you know, for the things that I learned, and, you know, the mistakes that I made, and the growth that I experienced, because I feel like in a way all of it was preparing me for being able to be in a relationship that is functional and healthy and compassionate and like just perceptive and careful, you know? So I think sometimes if you're with someone before you go through some of the necessary growth, you're likely to sabotage it. So if you know, if the stars aren't lining up, then that's kind of the universe's way of telling you have some more lessons to learn, or they do, you know? So I think that's kind of like my take on it.
Wow. Sorry, I'm having dramatic reactions because I'm totally in a situation like this. So it's like, go back and listen to all of Halsey.
Yes.
But the hope is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the hope, you get to share through your music and all of your art. And you also have a song out now, too, with Calvin Harris, Pharrell, and Justin Timberlake.
I know.
Did you shoot that video together? Were you guys all on set?
Yeah, we were. I was in the middle of my tour, and I got off stage, got on a plane, flew to Miami, filmed the music video, got back on a plane, flew back and did a show.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really, really crazy. I remember at the end of that day, I was like, where am I? What's going on? It was like pretty wild. But it was like totally a dream come true. You know what I mean? Like I never thought that I would be able to make a record with, you know, such legends.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We love the song. And I have to ask a creepy question.
Of course.
Which one of them smells the best?
Okay, so this is interesting because I think it's like a layered answer, right?
Okay.
Justin smells like he wants you to think he smells good. Like he's like very like aware of it. You know what I mean? Like I can tell he's like picking out his cologne, and like, you know, he's got all the good smelling hair care products and everything like that. I think Pharrell smells good in a way where like if you're like, oh my God, he smells so good, he would be like, what, really? Like, I'm not even wearing anything. And then I think Calvin also smells really good, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think Adam might smell the best out of all of them.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is very comforting. Yeah. In my imagination, they all smell delicious.
Yeah. So we got to confirm, yeah.
But, you know, what's really funny about you asking that question is that when we were on set all day long, the three of them kept telling me that I smell really good.
Obviously.
Of course. Well, that's expected.
Question. The answer is me.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Even better answer. Yes.
Oh, man. So many things to celebrate with you. Another thing we got to congratulate you on is your new makeup line, AF94. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We saw you shopping for your own stuff and how excited that you got for this product. So, like, try to narrow it down. Like, what are the top 3 essentials that somebody needs from your new line?
Oh, that is tough. I think that just kind of like survival makeup, not like super, super glam makeup. I think I would say probably our Play Date, which is like a 2-in-1 cheek and lip stick, which is really good for like, I have 2 modes of makeup. I'm either doing like a Picasso on my face, or I'm like, I don't have time for this. Give me something that I can just grab and like go out the door. That's kind of like what I do my two modes. And so that one's really great because it's multifunctional. The scribble stick is really fun because it's like a lip gloss, lipstick, lip balm, lip liner all in one. Yeah, it's awesome. And it looks like a crayon, which is really cool and like nostalgic and fun. And then one product that everyone can use, like even if you're not someone who wears makeup or if you're like someone who like mostly just cares about skincare, is we have a product called Plead the Fifth, and it's a 5-in-1 face mist. It's kind of like rose water and like really hydrating oils and hyaluronic acid. And like, even if you're like a guy who's like, I will never wear makeup, that is not my thing, like it's kind of a great product just to like throw in your bag for after like the gym, or if you're going to a concert, or you're like staying at like someone's house overnight and you want to look like fresh and smell good in the morning. Like it kind of just makes everybody's skin look really glowy and really healthy. Like my little brothers are like super up on it. They love it. They're like always like, my brother like sprays face with it before he goes to like the bar, you know.
Okay.
And then all the girls are like, oh, you're glowing. And he's like, yeah.
That's it. Guys need to get in on this stuff too.
Yeah, sign me up.
Seriously.
So wait, this line, is it in a what do you call it, an extension of About Face?
Yeah, I guess the technical word for it would be like a diffusion brand. It's pretty strange. I have to be honest with you guys. I don't really know many makeup lines, much less like kind of like artist helmed makeup lines that have done something like this before. So we're kind of making the rules up as we go. Which is like, you know, we have About Face, which is more of our like artistry pro brand, and then AF94, which is a little bit more of like an everyday like accessible line that's meant for people who kind of want to experiment with trying makeup but don't want to like literally like purge their life savings buying all the products that TikTok tells you every week you need to get. You know, so it's like there's kind of something for everyone there. And I think a lot of that was really inspired by the time that I've spent traveling America and the world really, and realizing that like the States are just so big, you know, the US is so big, and like touring Europe and other places like that doesn't really compare because each country is like a 2 to 4 hour drive long. You know, we have states that are longer drives across than that. And so I really wanted to, you know, make products that were realistic for the everyday life of some of my fans that don't live in big cities or don't like live in, I don't know, I guess like in a community that's like that's there yet, that's gotten quite so brave or quite so experimental. I wanted to give them an option that was like really playful but also really accessible. And the cool thing is like if you do live in like a big city and you want to play, or you do live in a place where like, or you're just like super brave and totally courageous and you're gonna go for it no matter where you live, the products are so great because you can do really interesting things with them, you know? So I kind of wanted to just make something that really worked for everyone. And they work for me, which is cool because, you know, I'm on camera all the time. And so having a brand that's in Walmart that like I could confidently wear on like a red carpet and know that it's gonna like hold up, I was like, okay, we're doing the impossible here, but we need to find a way to pull it off. And I'm just really passionate about it, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like it. We can tell, and it's exciting. You're right. I mean, I love that it is so accessible. You can just run out and grab it right now.
Totally.
Do you think that there is any connection? Maybe I'm pulling here because you are such an incredible artist and there is always so much color in your life. Do you think that that was like an easy transition for you to go into makeup because you are so playful with colors and your art?
Makeup to me totally is a form of art. And I think a lot of the tricks that I've learned in doing my makeup are, you know, actually tricks that I've learned from painting faces. Cause like I'm primarily a portrait artist. I paint a lot of people. I'm not really like a watery landscape kind of girl. Or like a still life oranges in a bowl person. I've seen so many faces in my life just from being on stage every night. And I just love painting faces. And you learn a lot about like color theory and negative space, positive space, like balancing those and you know, shadows and highlights and foreground, and like kind of applying that to makeup, I think is like a really unique approach as opposed to the way that a lot of us are taught how to do makeup, which is there are rules, and makeup is meant to hide or to conceal or to change, as opposed to like makeup can be more about just kind of doing whatever the hell you want.
I love that.
Like sometimes I do my makeup in a way where like I kind of look scary, or like,
or like I've never seen you look scary, by the way.
Well, I guess I just mean, sometimes like I'll bleach off my eyebrows and I'll do like a crazy eye look with a dark lip, and it's like, at a first glance, I don't think that's something that's traditionally considered like beautiful. It's certainly not like the rosy cheeks, rosy lip, big eyelashes, tan, sparkling sort of magazine makeup that we're used to. But like, I feel really cool and I feel really beautiful when I do it. And I don't know, I guess my philosophy on makeup has kind of gotten to a point where like, I'm like, sometimes you have to make a choice between, do I want to look hot or do I want to look cool? And I will almost always choose cool. I would always choose cool over hot. Like, that's just kind of like what my mentality is.
Oh my God, that is perfect for our Would You Rather Wednesday.
Oh, would you rather look cool or hot?
Yeah,
okay.
We're sorry right now, but
we'll save that for later. But we do
got you could be hot and also basic, but you could be cool and that like makes you hot. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's definitely layers to it. All right, we got one last question for you before you get out of here. It's a two-part question. We've seen your love for Stranger Things, whether it's you posting a picture as 11 or you performing Running on the Hill, which we love. So first part, are we ever going to see a Kate Bush / Halsey collab on stage? And then second part is the fun part, Mary Bone Friendzone.
Okay, wait, let's stop with the Kate Bush one first, and then we'll get to the Mary Bone.
Okay.
Honestly, that would be my dream. I think Kate Bush has like kind of respectively just decided to not be on stage for a while. And I really admire her for that, because my dream is to like make a bunch of really cool, weird alternative pop records and then disappear into being just like in a giant house with cats somewhere. Like, that's kind of my goal. So like she's career goals for me for sure. And then just like one day have one of my songs from 30 years ago like suddenly blow up and everyone loves it, and like I'm like, oh, that's amazing that just happened, and I'm still hanging in my house. I'm also like really projecting onto Kate Bush what I hope she's like, by the way. I don't know any of this to be like completely true. Like, this is probably just rumors, but so if someone can get her to get on stage with me, I will meet her at any corner of the earth to make that happen.
That would be so incredible.
Yeah, we gotta get that going. Start the petition.
Who knows Kate Bush?
Yeah, seriously.
All right, the Mary Bone Friendzone part. You played this game, but now you gotta do it with Stranger Things people. Eddie Munson, Steve the Hare Harrington, and Billy, Max's brother. Mary Bone Friendzone.
Okay. It's so funny because my brain is just immediately just going Bone Eddie, and that's like all I can think of. Like, it's like the only answer that I can, that like the other two are like a little more complicated. I think Bone Eddie, Mary Steve, Mary Steve. And yeah, I guess Friendzone Billy. Yeah, sorry, dude.
Process of elimination there.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll bone Billy and Friendzone Eddie, so then it'll work out.
Is that your situationship?
No, I wish.
Situationship with Billy?
Just exposed you on air. I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh, Halsey.
Sorry.
This is so fun.
You're the best, Halsey. Thank you so much for coming to the Cookout. We appreciate you taking the time. We know you're a busy person with all the things you got to do. So thank you so much.
And you're a mom, and you make it all look so effortless.
So easy sometimes.
Oh my God. I appreciate you guys for having me. But on that note, I want to say it is not effortless. And if there are moms listening who are being like, damn, it looks so easy for her, you're a good girl. Keep on doing it and keep on struggling, because all of us are, and we're going to figure it out and make it work.
You heard it.
Words of encouragement. Thank you so much, Halsey. We love you. Come back anytime.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.